even though there are some comments where the PRO says between 6,000 and 7,000. So that's the figure that they put it through. But for the stakeholders meeting that held today with the chairman of the commission, the IGP, and some other persons, let's bring you what transpired on the day. Take a look.
Society organizations, political parties, and election observers, they're here for a final look at the preparations and security arrangements for the 2015 general elections. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission took participants through the preparations, processes, and procedures for the 2015 general elections.
It can be noted that INEC has forged ahead with the preparations to conduct the 2015 general elections as rescheduled for March 28th and April 11th. We believe that the period of extension has offered us an opportunity to further perfect the electoral process for the delivery of free, fair, credible, and peaceful elections to the satisfaction of the yearning and the aspirations of Nigerians.
It was then time for the Inspector General of Police to speak on security arrangements for the elections. He said security agencies are working together and enough security arrangements have been made for the elections. He, however, touched on the issue of waiting at polling units after voting.
And I repeat, I advise every voter, when you cast your vote, I advise you to go home.
He said this advice is to help voters not to contravene any of the offenses in Section 129 of the Electoral Act, such as this particular subsection.
And I want you to please take note of this, loiter without lawful excuse after voting. Please.
Most of the political parties did not agree with this position. They also took him up on the role of the military during the elections.
The military, I have not seen, and the military is not being deployed to any polling unit at all. There was a direct question whether staying back is a lawful purpose. I'm sure a time will come when it will be determined whether the lawful purpose, if they say, what is the opposite of loitering, that will be determined. Whether by casting your vote, that lawful purpose has expired, will also be determined.
Now, some concerns were raised about the use of card readers, concerns that were addressed by Professor Jega, who says the card readers will help check electoral fraud and also help ensure that the 2015 general elections are free, fair, and credible. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
So there you go, some of what transpired today. Captain Umar, a major talking point here now is after you vote, he advised and he cautioned, go home. But in some rallies that were conducted yesterday and today, they did tell their voters, when you cast your vote, some of those campaigners said, please wait. That's conflicting with what the police of IGP says.
Yes, indeed. And the reasons are clear. For security, as far as the elections are concerned, we have one very peculiar threat type that hasn't been there in other previous elections, and that's insurgency, bombs. And let me tell you, from what I have gathered in the last 4 years, we've had these insurgents. They seem to have this love for densely populated places. And that's not unconnected to the fact that a bomb is a very expensive thing to make. So nobody's going to make a bomb and put it where it will get only 2 or 3 people. Now, I also understand the need for people to guard their votes and protect their votes and ensure that all the nuances that accompany elections don't happen. But then there has to be a compromise. There has to be a balancing act. To Nigerians, I want to say something. I believe each party will have its own accredited monitors. And these monitors will actually be doing the things that we want to see done as far as counting our votes is concerned. That's one way of looking at it. We're entrusting that task to the accredited monitors from each party is not going to actually give people the kind of satisfaction they want. Then we could be able to use another concept of security. It's called crime protection through environmental design.
All right, just hold on. You'll explain that a little further when we return from this break.
Okay.
Don't go away.